Fred Parrish is a business strategist, profit expert, and co-author of the Michael Gerber book, The E-Myth, Chief Financial Officer. Walmart patents audio surveillance technology to record customers and employees. Fred Parrish, what do we know about this?
Yes, good morning. It is an interesting development. Certainly has that creep factor to it when you first hear about it. But once you really start thinking about what they're looking to accomplish here, it really is just the 21st century version of what they've been doing for 100 years in business, trying to monitor and improve efficiencies and customer service and so forth. Walmart has a patent now for an audio surveillance system where they will be listening to what they call their front-end operations, where that person is at the cash register and interacting with the customers as they check out. They're really going to be listening to the bag shuffling and the items being scanned. And if they do pick up any conversation, it will be that interaction with the customer. Did they greet the customer according to the proper script and so forth?
Ultimately, though, I think that today, and we've always talked about this on the phone, right? I was always taught someone could be listening, so be careful what you say. Now more than ever, we really have to be aware of that, because while this technology exists and the companies are going to tell us we're not going to use it in any nefarious way, it's not going to be used to expose anything, people could, humans tend to have the ability to do naughty things. And like the guy yesterday, there was a story yesterday, but the Uber driver that was broadcasting over social media, broadcasting people's conversations. They had no clue. So I think you got to be careful, right? You have to be careful because you never know when someone's listening.
That's absolutely right. And we just need to be adults about this, and we need to understand that's the world we live in and conduct ourselves appropriately.
Do you think in a situation like Walmart, do they have to notify customers, recording devices or listening devices, audio devices?
Well, they do. If you've ever gone to the self-checkout, they let you know that you're being recorded with video and audio, I think.
Oh, and audio?
At the self-checkout.
What do you say to that, Fred?
Yeah, absolutely. It's just like we call customer service lines today, and you're told, you get a message saying this call will be recorded for quality purposes or whatever the message is. It will have to be done exactly the same way.
Is there a law that says that?
They will have to give notices.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, there are. Yes. In fact, 12 states have dual consent type laws on the books today. So, yes, there has to be consent in order to be recorded in those ways.
Now, New York State is a one-party state. So one party must know a recording is going on. I prefer that. I like that. And so basically, I can't secretly record a conversation between Fred and Jeff. But I could record the conversation with Fred. So, but what would change? I think as these things happen, like this Uber thing, the reporter that covered the story nationally was talking about, well, maybe laws need to change. I don't know. Should we be changing the laws? Should we be a two-party consent state?
Well, like I said, there are 12 states now that do have those laws, and I think that we just need to be careful about what it is we say and where we say it.
Yeah.
Today the millennial group will put anything and everything on social media. They just have no concern about that.
Yeah.
Me as a baby boomer, I have an entirely different view of the world, and I put nothing on social media. So,
right. Yeah.
There's somewhere in between that probably is reasonable. But I think that certainly the laws will have to evolve with the technology. And, today, Amazon has a patent for a wristband that will monitor how their warehouse people are filling orders. UPS actually uses technology today to tell when their drivers are using their seat belts and when the doors on the trucks go up and down. So there's that kind of monitoring going on all over the place. And really, if you think about it, it's been going on for over 100 years in companies depending on what was available at the time, whether somebody just stood there and watched people. So, yeah, I think that it's the world we live in, and we just need to learn how to operate and manage our world within that larger context.
I do like notification. I think that's fair. So informing me, whether it's a sign or whatever, that you might be being videotaped, you might very well, your audio might be listened to. The notification, I think, is important, but beyond that, I'm not sure where we can go. And you're right. We just have to always be aware that we might be somebody's listening. Somebody's always listening.
Exactly. Yep. And, there's technology out there that actually they can, whoever they is, can watch you through your smart television while you're sitting at home watching a movie. So, there are, as you said, there are people who do nefarious things all the time, and we just need to be aware of that and manage ourselves appropriately.
Apparently, those TV companies like to see me sleep.
Well, I'm so glad. That's just such a great. What's the opposite of a segue? Where we go back to what we were talking about before. That was one of the examples in the story that I pulled up. Was it's like a video camera, and it'll tell you is it Bill and his wife watching TV? Because if it is, you're more likely to get an ad for like a couples show.
Crazy.
But if your kids are in there, you may be more likely to get an ad for an animated show.
And Fred, this is just the beginning.
It is.
I think so. Absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much for your time. We appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for having me on.